Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today's reading is for Leos, and it can be your sun, your moon, your ascendant, or your strongest planet. Excuse me. The first card for Leo says, Lighten up. And this is the energy for May, for you, and the message for you, like the overarching one. So, because of that, I chose to start with my Frida cards so that I know in which ways you can light up or lighten up. Apply your gifts to life, working hard on your own cause so you experience contentment. Nice. So it says to apply your gifts, and Leos can be really, really creative, really smart. Try to apply them, try to help others with your gifts, and that will light you up. Okay, where are you? Although there is something that calls me into this one. Okay. Yeah, two. So one is your little island, and the other one is the communion of tender souls. So let me just check your little island. The little island is about your little island. So it's about the times when we only know who we are based on our relationships and how other people experience us to be. And this card calls it out that sometimes in the true knowing of ourselves, in the true unfurling of our potentials, we must step outside relationships with others from time to time to create a relationship with ourselves. So this card is talking about that you might need to take a break from other relationships so that you can have your own little island and find yourself again. And that's where you can lighten up. And this is not to be confused with loneliness. It's not about loneliness. It's about your depth of knowledge of your own self. And also, this one talks about knowing the world on your own terms. To take time away, yes, to become an island for yourself, and to offer that alone time to your deepest self and experience the world through the unfiltered truth of the self and still becoming. So yes, it's quite repeating itself, but it is about you in the midst of all your relationships. And the communion of the tender souls is an interesting one because it talks about the moment where two who once felt strangers connect over the simple delight of the warmth that springs up between them. So it's kind of like soulmating in a way, which are the initial steps of that relationship. And it's like a kinship, it's like a friendship, it's like a soul siblingship. It's like whichever feels or resonates with you. This card wants your attention to enjoy that shared and unspoken things, which are understood without explanation, which are seen without being exposed. So this card really talks about that kind of silence in between two people or two souls that still is so much more meaningful than any words could be. And it also says that the tender part of each of you has found a safe place within the other. So it's very important because many times, especially strong signs like Leos or Aries or Scorpios, they or even Capricorns, they don't tend to show their tender self. They hide it, and this means that in May you will feel it that you have someone, and it can be a relative, it can be a friend, it can be your partner, it can be anyone, but it can be a complete stranger with whom you have this connection where you don't necessarily need words, where actually maybe the connection is much better even, and that unspoken and unseen things are way more meaningful for both of you than what is actually being spoken or being said. And the card encourages you to nurture and tend this relationship gently and with respect, and allow both of you your freedom, which comes back to your little island. So, this is a relationship that doesn't require you to be there all the time for them, um, and and doesn't consider your little island as isolating from them. It considers as normal. And yeah, this is interesting. So I think there will be many ways for you, Leo, to lighten up in this month. You can find it in yourself, and you can also find it in your tender bonds, and also in your own work and gifts and creativity. Okay, let's see what else. What else? What Leo can find in that little island and in that connection? What does it highlight for you for May? What's in it for Leo for May? Okay. Whoa. One is abandonment, which is a very interesting one. Actually, it's connecting these two. So it's also an island, a tree on an island, and a human underneath, feeling abandoned. But actually, the difference, look at the difference between the two. It's almost the same. Somebody is on an island alone, but this one feels abandoned. This one feels free and safe and himself or herself. And yeah, look at the other one. The other one is the karma. So in May, dear Leo, you might find that karma is coming for you, and you might need to face your abandonment issues. And you might have a relationship or a partnership or something where you need to get out a little to be with yourself, maybe to face what does that mean for you? Is it freedom or is it abandonment? So you really need to find, if it's not freedom but it feels abandonment, then why is it making you feel rather abandoned? Why are you still craving that relationship? Because the relationship will come. So if it's not your partner, it might be your mother, your father, your friend, your other complete stranger who will bring you that depth and that relationship, that kind of tender, gentle understanding without words, that you crave. But this one is heavy. So when you've got the karma, that means it's active, it's activated, but you have the key. You always have the key to turn it into something good. So you probably have some karmic abandonment. How can I say? Not issue. It's more about karmic abandonment. It's that you have to deal with it. So, but it doesn't feel really heavy still. These are big things, but it's still because of this contentment in this your world, this might not feel happy. So maybe that's why it's time for the karma to turn its wheel, because when you go there, you can really deal with this. And that brings you that soulmate next to you that you can really relate to it. It might be someone who goes through the exact same things as you do. So you might help each other. Okay, on that note, just get another deck. If there is that person, what kind of personality is that who is going through the same issues? Let's see the animal spirits. Can we see the personality of the other one who is connected to your abandonment issues? And we'll see what is the connection later on. Okay. There is a vast spirit. Sometimes life stings. Whoa. So that person knows how tough life can be. And but it goes through it and it survives, and it's kind of like a typical survivor person. Um who also has one more jumped out like that one. I don't think it ever jumped out, but it's good jumping for a grasshopper to take a leap of faith. So that person, maybe, probably because it knows how much life can sting, learned to leap, learned to jump, learned to leave all that and jump with a leap of faith, and get there. And you look at that; it has a crown. So this might be a friend you can, or somebody. It doesn't have to be a friend. A person you can recognize by their, how can I say, majestic qualities. Maybe it's just a grasshopper, but it's the king of the just hoppers or the queen of the just grasshoppers. It's someone who has a spine. It's someone, even if they don't have none of them, but it's like as a as a bony spine. I mean, but they have those qualities that makes somebody to be looked up on, you know? So you will find that person, and you might not even know that they went through this. But probably that person went through this or is in this, in the same thing with you, and you are connected through karma. But it doesn't seem like it's not like a negative relationship. Actually, it's quite a positive one because of this one. So that your souls are so fragile and so tender and so hurt that you can hold each other. And usually the butterfly represents, the future, the new opportunities and all sorts. So you probably nurture one together. Okay, let's see. Now that you are in partnerships, let's see about Leo's love life. What these cards hold for you, Leo, for May. What's going on in Leo's love life in May? Now let's see. Okay, the timeless elegance and the fine romance jumped out. So, one is about caught up in a whirlwind of emotions and promises and mystery and attraction, while the other one is that you are always beautiful to someone who loves you. And it's about confident and real and standards. So, let me just put this one next to because it's something like that. So, there might be. Let me ask one more. Let's see whether they are the same person or not. Okay, so power balance, mutual respect and shared responsibilities, equality, respect, and care. And then there is another one where the wish granted, the distance, and the right timing came out. Put it here. Oh, you can't see it either. Okay, so let's see these three. So it seems they are two different people. So one is about the power balance. It's a relationship where you definitely have love or at least mutual respect and shared responsibilities. And you are also beautiful with someone who loves you. And then there is this other relationship, which is that fine romance, and which granted it becomes a fairy tale when you make it real with magic, effort, and results, and then the distance and the right timing. So it seems to me that there is another person on your mind who is not close to you, it's in the distance, and or there is a space between you. And you have to have faith and wait until you find the right timing because the wish can be granted. So it seems that this person might seem like a romance and that might be what you are craving for, but it's not available for you at the moment because of the distance, or at least that will be your perception of the reality in May. But there is a right timing, so you can make it happen. And in the meantime, you can practice self love because soon it says it will come. And that's nice. But even this one, the wish granted, I love this one because it says magic and effort. And that will generate results. So it's very interesting because magic people think like, magic is just, something I don't need to do anything to or for it. And but the effort is the exact opposite. You have to put the effort into this romance so that you can see the exact results what you are after. So it seems that there might be a relationship in your life, but there is something that you are craving. That relationship might lacking romance, and there is an opportunity for you where you could create that, but it's only up to you. How much effort you put into it, that much results you will reap. So the right timing will be coming very, very soon, which means in May for me. And yeah, the distance might not lessen. You might not have been in touch because it's not just physical distance, but it can be like emotional distance. So you might get in touch again in May, and then it will be up to you, dear Leo, how much effort you want to put into this because it has the potential to be that wish that you wanted, that you wished for. Okay, let's give one guidance on this topic because it seems, ha 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 ha, it's funny how they can jump. The same came out to home, Cancer. Seek silliness and joy. They are wise teachers. So maybe a bit of playfulness will help you in both relationships and help you find your wisdom by spending more playful time with both and see what happens. Okay, but there was one more that I wanted to use for this May, specifically for Leos, and show me. Oh. Okay, headspace. Ooh, let's see. For the lighten up, what is this headspace trying to tell us?